I mean, I think it's like what I said before the game is that, he's, I think, kind of found a way, just to kind of get into different spots, whether it's from behind the line, in the post, in the pocket, mid-range. Guys have found him off pick and roll. So, I think, like I said, last year was an adjustment period. He's a really bright player, and he's been in the league for a long time. He's a veteran. He can figure things out. And I think going through what he went through last year, I think he had an understanding of, again, what we were going to try to do this year, how we were going to try to use him, and then him figuring out where spots are. And like I said before the game, when you're a front court player, a lot of times guys have got to find you. So not only did he shoot the ball very well, but on a lot of those possessions, guys found him. Which is what you have to do. And when you find him in rhythm and he can kind of get into a flow like that, he's obviously, he's been in the league offensive player for his whole career.
Bill, he had 12 points in the first quarter. What does it do for your team when he gets going early?
Yeah, I think we've got to try to establish him, Darnell, as much as we can. And it's not so much necessarily like trying to get him to score, but establish him even when the ball's in his hands. Because he's a really good facilitator. He doesn't really force a lot of shots. There's times he gets up against the clock, where he's got to force one maybe. But for the most part, he's a really good ball mover. And I think the biggest thing is keeping him in rhythm is just getting the ball in his hands. And that doesn't mean to shoot, but just even to initiate some offensive stuff or getting it to him in an area of the floor where he can either pass it or he can kind of try to go score. And then he got some opportunities, to your point, scoring 12 points in the first quarter. But even if he didn't score, I think it's important that he's engaged in the game for us offensively.
Billy, how